Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin met Kim at the Vostochny Cosmodrome and toured him in the facility where Angara, Russia's new space launch rocket, is assembled. Apart from the war in Ukraine, the two leaders also discussed military matters and possible Russian help for the secretive communist state satellite program. But Western intelligence agencies suspect that Russia is looking to acquire North Korean weapons and ammunition to use against Ukraine. This has been denied by both Moscow and Pyongyang.
우리는 러시아 군대와 이민이 패권과 팽창 야망을 추구하는 악의 무리들을 징벌하고 안정적인 발전 환경을 마련하기 위한 정의의 싸움에서 반드시 위대한 승리를 쟁취하리라고 확신합니다.
Meanwhile, Ukraine launches 10 missiles at the Sevastopol shipyard in the Crimean Peninsula, injuring at least 24 people. According to Russia's defense ministry, Kyiv also launched 3 speedboat attacks on the port on Wednesday. Moscow claimed they downed 7 missiles and destroyed all of the boats. Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine in 2014 and set a shipyard there to build and repair ships and submarines of their Black Sea fleet. There was no immediate comment from Kyiv on this incident. An explosive device kills 5 Palestinians and injures 20 others at the Israel-Gaza border. Dozens of Gaza youth held a protest along the border in support of Palestinians jailed in Israel. Palestinian factions said the explosion was caused by a device some of the protesters planned to use during the rally. The Israeli military said in a statement that the protesters had tried to throw it at its soldiers across the border. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. The death toll from massive flooding in Libya climbs to more than 5,000. Search teams comb streets, wreck buildings, and even the sea to look for bodies in the coastal Libyan city of Derna. With that, the number of deaths is still likely to increase, as at least 9,000 people have yet to be accounted for. Neighboring Egypt, Algeria, and Tunisia, as well as Turkey, Italy, and the United Arab Emirates sent rescue teams and aid. Storm Daniel caused deadly flooding in eastern Libya, but the worst hit was Derna, where 2 dams collapsed. Tech giant Apple defends its iPhone 12 model after a French watchdog ordered a halt to its sales. French radiation watchdog ANFR earlier carried out tests which showed the iPhone 12's specific absorption rate of SAR was slightly higher than legally allowed. The European Union has set safety limits for the SAR values linked to mobile phone exposure, which could increase the risk of some forms of cancer. Apple explained that the model had been certified by multiple international bodies as compliant with global radiation standards. The company added that it had provided lab results which proves the phone's compliance to the French agency and that it would contest the watchdog's findings. Bodies of alleged aliens are presented at Mexico's first public congressional hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena. The 2 mummified bodies recovered in 2017 in Peru were 700 and 1,800 years old. The bodies featured only 3 fingers on each hand and elongated heads. A Mexican journalist and researcher said it was a clear demonstration that the bodies were non-human specimens. Researchers could prove that the DNA of the 2 mummies did not belong to human beings. The hearing aims to rule on the phenomenon, which would make Mexico the first country to acknowledge the presence of aliens on the planet.
Nos quedamos con reflexiones.
We are left with thoughts, with concerns, and with the plan to continue talking about this. As I said at the beginning, let's hope that this is the first of several events and that there will be discussions with the legislative on the need or not to make proposals to modify the laws.
And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.